for a lot of folks who who've been following me since early 2010s, they know that a big part of the content that I used to post back then was like breaking down issues related to interracial relationships and dating. Back then,
I remember
like,
that.
yeah, like I mainly way back when I was just a young child. I mainly spoke about like interracial relationships between Asian men and non-Asian women, predominantly Black women. But I haven't been single since like for over like a decade, almost like a decade. So I'm totally out of the loop between like interracial dating communities and all that. But I always find it
I just want to say
fascinating.
congrats to you guys, by the way. You guys are just such a happy couple.
Oh,
It's
thank
been
you.
wonderful following you guys. You guys just look so happy. I love
Oh,
it.
thank
I
you.
love it. Sorry.
No. I love it. Thank you. But yeah, so it's like I feel really out of the loop because I don't often talk about interracial dating, but I know that it's not as if the issue has gone away and people stop talking about it. But what are sort of your thoughts on interracial dating? Because I know that different communities and different couples go through different dynamics within interracial dating. What's your take?
So, growing up from like high school to like an adult, I've had different relationships with different people, people with different backgrounds. So like I've dated the white, I've dated the Spanish, I've dated the Asian, I've dated the Black people, so like I've never just been like, nope, sticking to one and that's it.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's always been how you feel about somebody. It should never be about how they look.
Of course.
So growing up, he was the love of my life for a while. And like very sad that he's gone, rest his soul. But my mom at the time, my sister has dated predominantly white guys a lot. A lot. So my mom at a point she'd ask, why are you always dating white guys? Like, so my mom has been, I've never seen my mom with anybody other than a Black man or like a Caribbean man. You know what I mean? A lot of the adults in my family are not they're very like, they're with somebody that looks like them. So like being this younger generation that's like not in line, like doing like other little different things, you get that feedback. It's like, okay, well, why are you with a white guy? Like, why can't you be with? So my mom would try to hook me up with this Black kid. I'd be like, no, I don't like him. Like, I don't like him, but like she liked him, was friends with his mom. So like she tried to like force us together. And I'm just like, no, I don't like him.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I felt like my mom was trying to guide my life to be with like somebody specific. So I don't know if it was to protect me from having to deal with anything crazy. Like I did experience racism within my boyfriend's circle groups at the time. Like one of his friends actually called me the N-word.
Oh my gosh.
And he punched him in the face for it.
Well, good.
Yeah, like the guy like thought it was funny, like a joke, and he like socked him like real good.
Good.
So I don't know if my mom is trying to protect me from things like that.
Yeah.
Protect me from dealing with white parents or anything like that. Which to a degree I can understand that protectiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So as I got older, you kind of realize at a point, like, it doesn't matter who you date, what they look like. If they're going to be crappy, they're going to be crappy. If they're going to be good to you, they're going to be good to you.
Yeah.
So
that's what I try to tell people. It's like once people like a lot of times, like when I first started writing about interracial dating, people were like, "Oh, like tell me about how to date Asian guys." Blah blah blah. It's like once you like learn about the cultural nuances and whatnot. Unfortunately, interracial dating just boils down to everyone's shit. Everyone has a capability to be sexy or hot or fun or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like like you can find assholes everywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, so like I guess for some people it's easier to deal with the culture that's your own rather than so I will say that is something that I had to cycle through.
Yeah.
Like the way I was raised is different from how they were raised. How they interact with their family is different from how I interact with my family. So like once you get past that though, once you get to the person, which is really what should matter. Obviously sometimes you can have family influences if you have like a racist family member or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a big thing to deal with. Luckily, I have never really had to deal with that.
Good.
So I'm happy about that. But I can to a degree understand why people would rather stay within a cultural bubble when it comes to love, because it's safe.
Correct.
Not completely safe, but in that aspect, it's safe.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, my boyfriend's Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
Our 1-year anniversary is actually coming up in July.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Have a big thing planned.
I love it.
So that has been really good for me, because it reminds me of my family. But he has his own like way of living, so like it's not completely different from his upbringing, but like he's very country. Can I show you something real quick?
All right.
Okay, hold on. The man has a cowboy hat.
Look, I'm in Texas and I don't even have a cowboy hat, so.
I'm in Pennsylvania and the man has a cowboy hat. Okay, it's with all the little stars and leather on it.
And that's not a gimmicky one. That's like that's a daily driver.
Yep. So and he likes country music. Like he likes like outdoorsy things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like he's not your typical Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? And which that's something I actually appreciate about him. So like while like being like with his family and the get-togethers, the food, the culture, like it's all like, oh, this feels like my family. I feel good. This feels great. I also have this, which is fun because it's different. I get to be outdoors. I get to do different things that I never really got to do even growing up. You think my mom would take me fishing and say, hey, Mom, I want to go fishing. So I didn't really get a lot of that. So like, I would tell people, don't be too much afraid to go outside of your own cultural bubble, because you may find something really great on the other side. Granted, you may find something really bad on the other side, but you can find something bad within your own cultural bubble.
100%. Like, it's interesting thinking about my own relationship with Livy, and how our different cultures have sort of worked together. What I find fascinating is like on one hand, I've helped my wife out because, I'm a big Asian foodie. And so like I was so culturally immersed in like all different types of Asian food and different types of Asian culture. And I was very apologetic about like, okay, like this is like the gringo shit. I will show you the real shit. And so it was really cool because like my wife was able to really see our culture from our perspective. And she has been so open about embracing it. Like, any type of Filipino food, like it could be some random bizarre thing and she'd always be really up to trying it, which I thought was amazing. But on the other hand, what I always liked about her and her family is that her family, they're a lot more vocal. They're a lot more open about talking about their feelings and talking about their opinions. Whereas like Asian families, it's all like closed in. Like no one talks about their feelings. No one expresses how they feel. And so, being part of her family where it's more okay to express yourself and open up like that has been really gratifying for me. And for her, my culture has been sort of an opportunity to sort of escape and try something new as well. Now, I have some more questions, but I want to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We will be right back.